Aw, fiddle fuck. I can't believe I ended up locked inside a prison. After Roblox's price floor hyperinflation, I can't even get a goddamn hat for $1. Thankfully, one of my sketchy business partners was able to point me towards an easy method of Robux: outsourcing. By purchasing Robux from the Philippines, I was able to get my Robux for practically 20% off. But then the Rofeds came to my house for some questions. Now, here I am. During Roblox's lifespan, there have been some crazy popular games. With a lot of these games, many have withstood the tests of time. We've got games like Natural Disaster Survival, Work at a Pizza Place, and way down here we have the vile that is Murder Mystery 2. Another game which I personally consider pretty classic is Prison Life. Prison Life has been around for a decently long time, over 10 years now at this point. But sadly, for over half of its lifespan, it hasn't been receiving updates. By scanning the creator's inventory, though, people have found so many game assets. There was assets for a truck for the criminals team, all sorts of weapons. There was a whole crafting system, which is crazy. Currently in PL, we have about 9 or so weapons. Guess how many are in the creator's inventory? 28! 28! Overall, it's really felt like Prison Life's been left to rot, essentially. Here's the twist. Allow me to introduce you to the vast world of possibly rule-breaking Prison Life fan games. Now, of most of these fan games, most boil down to asset rips from Prison Life with a lot of game passes slapped on top to make as much money as possible. So today, we'll look through the good, the bad, and the unethical of Prison Life fan games. Alright, so first up on our list is Prison Life 3, and yeah, you heard that right. Yeah, so as it turns out, Prison Life is so successful, they decided to skip the sequel and go straight to the third entry, apparently. Prison Life 3 is probably the most boring of the knockoffs in this list. There's nothing too interesting about it, there's some layout changes in the prison itself, and there's a couple new guns. Most notably is this right here. This right here is the sniper from Prison Life, and it's been in the armory for about 7 years, yet it still has yet to be added to the game. You may notice that if you put your camera in the glass, you'll see that the sniper is called Nil. This is a placeholder name, basically meaning 0 or nothing. Either the dimwit that stole assets from Prison Life somehow thought the sniper was called a Nil, or they were too lazy to give it an actual name. Either way, it just kind of goes to show how lazy some of these ripoffs can be, especially with the amount of game passes that this game has. If we look at Prison Life 3, there's VIP admin for 500 Robux, nuke access for 350 Robux, SWAT access is 750 Robux, and the Pip-Boy 3000 is 990 Robux. This is such a goddamn scam, dude. This is over like $20 worth of game passes. Anyways, Prison Life 3 is a pretty lazy and uninteresting game that was probably just made as a cash grab. 2 out of 10. Next up on the list is Robloxia Prison, an objectively higher quality game than the previous one. When I first joined the game, I was jump scared by gambling. Ooh. But after looking around, initially I was a little confused. It was hard to tell if this was a Prison Life knockoff because the prison layout was entirely different. It does seem to be based off the Prison Life map, and that does become very obvious when you get outside of the prison. But overall, this game is pretty nice. There's new vehicles, there's new guns. As for the game passes, well, they are a lot more affordable than the previous game, but there is some pretty questionable ones, like remove head and no uniform. But overall, I think the game passes are fine. I'd give this game a solid 6.5 out of 10. Oh no, there's a storm brewing out there. I knew I shouldn't have insulted Prison Life 3. The gods are gonna smite me down. Dude, not even trolling. There was such a loud-ass lightning strike literally right after I stopped recording. Oh my fucking god. You hear that shit?
Say hello, Jesus.
I don't know how to explain this game without sounding like I'm having a psychotic breakdown, but this game has Minecraft villagers, it has suits of armor and swords, it has snipers that you hold like this, it has a big statue of Jesus Christ, it has a bunch of other shit. I don't want to play this game anymore. It gets really scary at night. 2 out of 10. Please don't hurt me, Jesus statue. Yeah, this game isn't even Prison Life related. I just want to include it because of this.
Impersonation, first-degree murder, aggravated assault, arson, bribery, disorderly conduct, grand theft, vandalism, trespassing, petty theft, robbery.
CS Prison Life is probably one of the most well-known Prison Life fan games. The main gimmick of CS Prison Life is that they've taken the original game and they've given it a massive graphic overhaul. Along with this, there's also a whole new gun system, a whole new car system, there's advanced lighting, there's a lot. So I'm going to quickly go over the pros and cons of this game. First of all, the game obviously looks really nice. It looks visually very appealing. Another nice thing is just the amount of content there is. It's nice to see all sorts of new features in Prison Life. But now, I'm gonna get into the cons. Even though the gun system is really good, it is arguably pretty unbalanced. Another big issue I personally have with this game is a currency system. Now you might think, well, games like Jailbreak have a currency system. A lot of games have currency systems. And the thing is, yeah, you know, games like Jailbreak do have currency systems because those games are centered around robberies. The entire point of the game is having a currency system. But with Prison Life, there's this natural flow with all of the teams. They all work against each other in this nice natural flow. The prisoners have to escape the prison, the criminals can come raid the prison to help free prisoners or just cause general chaos, and the guards have to keep everything under control. But with a currency system, that drives criminals away, and that can disrupt the balance. The only real motive that I've personally had to go to the prison in CS Prison Life is like a big ATM that's in there. That's it. I don't really have an incentive to fight guards because I'm just endlessly grinding to get more gear to fight guards. I never actually go to do it because you spend so much time grinding for these one life items that you just lose as soon as you die. And you are eventually going to die because, as I've said, the gun system in this game isn't exactly amazing. And another obvious downfall of this game is that it runs really poorly on low-end devices. I think that's a no-brainer. I'm personally very split on this game, so I'd have to give this a 5 out of 10. It's not a bad game, but I don't think it's what Prison Life should be. I know there's other versions of Redwood Prison, but I wanted to specifically cover the original, because if you were around back during Prison Life's peak, you know Redwood Prison. Redwood Prison was the OG knockoff. Now, there's a lot I could talk about with Redwood Prison. Hell, Redwood Prison could probably be its own video, but to keep it nice and simple for this video, the best way I could describe Redwood Prison compared to Prison Life is quantity over quality. Redwood Prison has way more features than Prison Life. Things like helicopters, ATVs, way more guns. And even though a lot of that stuff is locked behind game passes, you could still get a lot of stuff for free. But sadly though, the game's quality, it really doesn't hold up. This game kind of looks worse than Prison Life. The map layout is worse than Prison Life. The map is smaller than Prison Life. Everything about this game is just almost there in terms of quality, but it just misses it, sadly. And that's left Redwood Prison in the state that it's in today. There's only like 2 or 3 active servers at a time, and it is sad to see, because even though this game is a knockoff, this is one of my favorite games on Roblox. I remember having great memories in this game. Yeah, it's no Prison Life, but it's still a really good game, and it has that special place in my heart. Hey, it's me in editing here. I've actually discovered something kind of crazy about this game. So as it turns out, Roy Stanford, the developer of Redwood Prison, actually created games like Spider, Baker's Valley, and he co-developed on Rainbow Friends. This dude has been everywhere. It's also funny that none of these games get updates either. You know, this guy just kind of has a habit of making big games and then abandoning them. Redwood Prison, it has more features than Prison Life, but it just doesn't hold up in terms of quality, so I gotta give this game like a 7 out of 10. As you may be able to tell in the background footage, there was an exploiter in my server. I'm gonna be blurring the footage because 1, I don't want to give this loser any attention, and 2, so anyways, Loser McGee over here decides to start exploiting in a game that has maybe 30 people total and was last updated 3 years ago. Making himself seem really intimidating. I'm very frightened of you. Anyways, he tried messing around with us for a bit, but his computer must have been really fucking shit because every time he tried to do something, it just break like about a minute later. Like it just start flickering or just glitch out or just stop working, so, you know, good job, moron.
It was perfect. Perfect.
I think, unironically, SL Prison is probably one of the best Prison Life fan games to ever exist. Hell, I'd even say that in some departments, SL Prison surpasses Prison Life. Starting off, The prison layout in SL Prison is obviously inspired by Prison Life, with a few changes here and there. However, the rest of the map looks entirely different. And I'm going to get this out of the way now. There is a currency system in this game, but this game does something really smart. Criminals actually get a cash reward for raiding the prison, so there's still an incentive to raid the prison. Plus, the more you raid the prison, the more money you'll get, which means the better you'll become at raiding the prison. Another nice thing this game does is that the SWAT gear and Mafia gear you can actually get for free, but there is a cooldown for being able to equip the items. If you get the game passes associated with SWAT and Mafia, that removes the cooldown. There is this one game pass which is kind of weird, in-game headless for 500. I don't know, that one just seems kind of weird. There's also other neat things with this game, such as inventory management. There is actually a limited amount of space that you have in your inventory, and each item fills up a different amount of your inventory. So you're actually going to need to manage what items you can hold.
Yes, thank you everyone for nominating me for the No Shit Award. I would like to thank my cat.
Another kind of cool thing is that you don't have unlimited ammo, which means you actually need to plan ahead. What do you do once you run out of ammo of all of your guns? Are you going to steal guns from killed guards? Are you going to search around for ammo boxes? What are you going to do? I will say in this game there's a bit more of a power imbalance with the guards and the prisoners, but other than that, I think unironically, this is probably the best Prison Life game. Genuinely, after you watch this video, get you and a group of your friends to play this game. Genuinely, give it a try. I cannot recommend it enough. This game is an easy 9 out of 10. It's got like everything I want in a Prison Life game. With all these Prison Life knockoffs, we're able to see great alternatives for Prison Life. We're able to look through the door of what Prison Life would be like if it was updated nowadays. And, of course, we got some shitty cash grabs. But now for the question on everyone's mind. Why is there so many goddamn knockoffs? That's because Prison Life... What? Oh, what? Do you want to commentate on this video now? You want to commentate now? Alright, thanks. As I was saying... Back in the day, Prison Life used to be extremely popular, and even nowadays, despite a lack of updates, there is still a pretty big community around Prison Life. A lot of these fan games have gotten... You're pushing your luck. A lot of these Prison Life games have gotten thousands, if not millions, of visits. It just kind of goes to show that even years without updates, people still love this game. Myself included. Prison Life was like the first game I ever played on Roblox. I genuinely got into Roblox because of a Pink Sheep Prison Life video. And look, throughout this video, I've kind of made it seem like the Prison Life developer, Aesthetical, has just been lazy, not updating his game. But in actuality, he has been in college for a few years, and at this point, I imagine he doesn't really want to work on this game anymore. Or at least not as much as he used to. But Aesthetical, please. If you're not going to work on this game anymore, at the very least, give us a final farewell update. Give us everything we want, like new vehicles, at least the new sniper rifle, a couple map changes maybe. And for the love of God, if you ever had a currency system, take a page out of SL Prison's book. They know what they're doing. Hell, you know what? Thinking about it, a lot of the people that develop these games could probably be hired by Aesthetical. Who knows, man? Aesthetical, you gotta hit some of these guys up. All right, as a sort of thank you for making it to the end of this video, here's some pretty crazy Prison Life facts. So this first one you probably know, but in a brand new server, you can actually get snacks from the vending machine. Both the vending machines will spawn one of each type of snack, so you can get 6 of these snacks, and they actually, like, heal your HP. It's pretty cool. Number 2 is kind of a double fact about the key card. First of all, the object itself actually opens doors, so if it flings into a door, it'll open it, which looks really weird. And another weird thing is that the key card doesn't make you hostile. So if you're not engaged in PvP, you can just hold a key card and just cause chaos. It's kind of stupid. It's kind of a stupid oversight. And the last fact is that there is a secret pathway underneath the Prison Life map. It is there in vanilla Prison Life. I won't say where the entrance and exit is, but it is there. And it's really hard to tell if it's supposed to be there or not because it's a perfect path, but it feels really unintentional. So good luck finding it. Anyways, I hope you guys liked the video. If you did, good for you.